Hi, welcome to the Mangala Samiti podcast, where I talk about business, life, personal development, and other ideas that matter. I am your host, Mangala Samiti, and I am many things: a chartered global management accountant, CFO, author, voiceover artist, and so much more. But I really am just one thing, and that is a creator. I create content and solutions to problems and challenges. I hope this podcast will help you on your own journey to greatness. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode. I hope you've had a great, fruitful, and productive week. So last week, I was sitting at a dealership last week, and the bank had messed up my financing. And whilst I was sitting there on the couch waiting for a resolution, a thought crossed my mind. My day was going perfectly. You see, I had every single minute planned, accounted for, and budgeted, and I was hitting every place, minute, and hour to the T. However, this particular place at the dealership, I was only intending on spending an hour, but the whole exercise turned into a 3-hour event that made me have to move other important engagements, which I had planned afterwards. It was a very frustrating time. It was upsetting, but when I was sitting down and I was reflecting, it reminded me of the nature of budgets. There are many definitions of a budget, but all in all, a budget is a plan of what you aim to achieve and what you have set as targets or goals. In terms of your money, your budget is a plan of what you receive as your income and what you divert that income to, be it your costs and expenses, your assets, which are the things that you own, as well as the liabilities, your liabilities, which are the things that you owe. A budget helps you achieve control of your spending habits. It also helps you identify how much you have left to invest, and it also helps you have a clear picture of your net worth financially. You see, because the money you earn is limited, you cannot do everything that you want at once. If you're going to buy something now, you may not be able to buy something else because your money is limited. If you buy something here, you are basically saying you cannot buy something else because the funds are being diverted to buy that one thing that you want now. So as a result, you need to prioritize your finances and budget effectively. So you strengthen your financial muscle and it becomes a strength on your sword. You want to get into the habit of budgeting more and more, and for this purpose we'll use a monthly basis. Although you should practice this skill on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. You have to think about it all the time. You have to sleep it, drink it, eat it, dream it, until it becomes just like breathing to you. There are a couple of objectives in the budgeting process that you would want to achieve. The first is establishing control of your spending. You need to know where your money is going and where you are falling short, if at all you are. You need to be able to survive and meet your basic needs such as food, shelter, and so on. You also need to know what income is coming in and where that income is being diverted to. You need to stop the bleeding. Manage your income and expenses, then your debt, with a focus on clearing the unhealthy one. Then you need to start looking at risk management as part of the budgeting process. And risk management entails protecting yourself from unexpected occurrences or unexpected events, loss or damage to your assets, as well as death or disability, and so on. Then next is to start looking at your surplus and how much you have left at the end of the exercise, after you look at your income, what's coming in, as well as the expenses, what's going out. What is the surplus? How much do you have left? You have to start saving this surplus with the intention of strengthening yourself by purchasing assets and investing the saving to increase your net worth. And then after this process, you can then move on to manage your capital as well as maximize your growth and your income too. Now, there are two aspects to a budget. which is the plan you set at the beginning of the month of what you're going to get and what you're going to spend the money on, as well as the end of the month to see how well you did by looking at what you actually got, what you actually spent on in comparison to the budget that you set at the beginning. Let me say this. It is pointless to prepare a budget without developing the habit of doing a review at the end of the period. And the reason is this. In a lot of cases, your budget will never be 100% correct and to the T, because let's face it, you don't know the future. So there will always be unexpected events and unexpected occurrences that come up that will force you to spend on them. These events will always arise. However, when you sit down at the end and compare the results to the budget that you set at the beginning, you now begin to get an insight into where your money actually goes, and you get better and better at budgeting. Here's the kicker. When these unforeseen circumstances begin to arise, you then begin to ask the question, but do I really need to spend on this? Or is there another way that I can achieve it? The reason why you ask this is because you know that it's not in your budget. Here's an example. An event comes up and you want to buy a new outfit. You sit back, and because you know purchasing of a new outfit or buying a new outfit is not in your budget, you ask the question, do I really need to buy this new outfit? Or can I simply just use an outfit that is already in my closet? And then you go ahead and rather than buying a new outfit, you simply go and get one from your closet, which is still good enough, which is still good. That way you have saved and you have not spent something that is not in your budget. I do not think there's any financial manager who will tell you that their budgets are always on point all the time, because there's always something unexpected that comes up. There's always something that doesn't go according to plan. And it is by investigating these reasons and establishing this insight and fixing those issues do they get better and achieve more control. How to do the budget? You can use a simple Excel spreadsheet or purchase or buy a book. And when you do that, you have to create a couple of columns. The book will be explicitly for this purpose, or the Excel sheet or whatever platform that you use. You write down these columns, a column for the description, expected, actual, as well as variance. Then also have a comment section next to the variance. Then rows for the detail, which is the income that you get, your salary, any other income you get, interest, dividends, anything else. And then also have your expenditure line items, the tax you pay, the rent, your fuel, groceries, internet, car installment, cell phone, so on, all the expenses all the expenditure that you expect to incur. You slot in what is expected at the beginning of the month. Then at the end of the month, you look at what you actually got and what you actually spent, and then you do a subtraction to establish the variance between what you expected at the beginning and what you actually have at the end of the month. And then next to the variance in the comment section, think back and ask the question, why did I spend more on this if you spend more on something? Or why did I not spend so much on this? If you spent more and you know the reason, then ask, how do I not do it again? What is it that I need to do differently? If you spent less, meaning you saved, ask the question, how do I continue to save on this? How exactly do I keep it up? You develop this insight and you use it to your advantage on your journey. Remember, the point of the budget is to help you achieve your goals in life by helping you establish control of your finances, of your spending, and you utilizing your money in ways that you want to, that allow you increase your net worth overall, your financial position, and also help you achieve financial independence. To this effect, if you see a variance, do not be demotivated. It is normal. It is very normal to see these. You just need to develop the skill of asking the why question and establishing the reasons why that variance exists. And you put in place measures to ensure that you curb the variances that are negative, as well as take advantage and increase the variances that are positive. I wish you the very best, and send me an email on mangaleso.meaty@gmail.com should you want to chat more about this, or if you have any feedback. I do wish you a great week ahead. Until next time.